Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a review on AZUREBEAUTY, their dip powder starter kit. They reached out to me and wanted to send me this kit so that I could do a review for them for my channel. So this was gifted to me by Azure, and this is the 17-piece dip powder nail kit. I opened it just to make sure that nothing was broken so that I could make sure to get everything situated before doing the video for you guys. So we're gonna open it up and kind of investigate what is all inside and what is all included in here. It's a full kit, and I'll be doing a review and using products in this kit only. I'm assuming that it's gonna be like a pink, purple, mauve type kit based on what it's looking like. There's 8 pieces in here that are 12 grams, which would probably be the 8 pieces of dip powder, and 4 liquids in here. So I'm gonna investigate the liquids before I use them to see if they will give me dip flu. And if I do end up using them, I'll have to report back and let you guys know how that worked out for me. But if that is something y'all are interested in, go ahead and stick around, and we're gonna go ahead and get right into this kit together. All right, so we are going to go ahead and get into what is inside the kit. This came with a sheet to show you kind of like how your color changes the more dips that you do. You can get a darker effect, make the color a little bit darker the more dips that you do. It also came with 3 replacement brush heads, which is really good in case you contaminate your brush. You can switch it out. You can throw your other one away, toss it in the brush saver. Thought that was really cool. I'm just going to go ahead and pull the whole kit out, and we'll go ahead and take a look at some of the things that are in it. This is how to contact customer service if you need to. Also comes with this little duster brush to dust off the powder, the excess powder off your nails. It's like a eyeshadow brush, like a fluffy eyeshadow brush, which it worked pretty good. This is a super small 100-180 grit nail file. I mean, I didn't use it this time because it's just really small, but it's nice that it included a file. And I wanted to go ahead and take a look at the directions because I wanted to see if it was anything that I wasn't familiar with, anything new that I needed to do. Just kind of check out what they were saying and make sure that I was going to follow the directions exactly. It had dry times, which was pretty cool. It said to include a buffer. It said you buff your nails, but it didn't come with a buffer. So, I mean, that's something you have to have or choose to skip as well. A buffer just makes your nails really smooth. Also, it said that you apply your first coat, wait for 60 seconds, apply your second coat, and everything should be dry in 60 seconds. I don't know, it took a little bit longer for me for that, but ooh, it's okay. We'll work with it. Here's some basic information about dip powder nails. I like that it had a lot of information for you. Then here are all of the colors that came with it. They don't have names on them. They come with numbers. So I thought that was interesting. So, I mean, I guess is how you pick them out when you put them on your swatches, or however you do your coloring. You just kind of go by what the number is. Then it also did come with a clear. I was trying to investigate for a number, but that actually is their clear that they sent. And spoiler alert, that clear is really good, like surprisingly good. So just gonna throw that out there. And these jars are like in this plastic. There is no spilling because they have a stopper inside. They are sealed shut and they're in this container. There is no spilling unless UPS runs over your package or the post office runs over your package. Also, it comes with a base, activator, gel top, but it's not a gel top, it's a dip top, and a brush saver. The brush saver is really good for if you contaminate your liquids, if you happen to touch the activator or your brush gets hard or something of that nature. You just throw it in your brush in the brush saver. I usually give it overnight. I won't use that brush again until the next day. I don't recommend doing that, what I just did. But I needed to see how strong the liquids were, and they were like, whew, very strong. So, dip flu sufferers, this may not be for you. Also, I was just kind of looking at the consistency. They're pretty thin liquids and they look like they're going to work pretty well. I wanted to open it up and see if it was a gel top because I read that it was a dip powder kit. So I was like, maybe it's a dip powder. You know, I wasn't too sure, but I just had to make sure. And this is ultimately everything that comes in it. And here is what the price is on Amazon and how to find it. Now, I went ahead and swatched everything off camera so that y'all could go ahead and see everything. Then I wanted you guys to see the inside. So not all powders come with this little stopper thing right here, but it definitely keeps the powder from spilling out whenever you close the lid on, which is really good because it prevents a mess, which is amazing. I'm all about preventing messes around here. Got 4 kids and a dog that make enough of a mess, so anything I can do to prevent that is great. Now here's all the colors that came with it. I'm not really a super pink fan, so I decided to go as neutrally pink as possible. And these are the numbers that I'm going to use in case you wanted to try to find them on Amazon. Those are the 44, 45, and 16 were the colors that I used. I also went ahead and put peel base down on my nails, and I put a layer of base already. And now I'm going to go ahead and let you guys watch the dipping process, kind of how it goes, what you think of the liquids, what you think of the powder. I will come back with my thoughts at the end because I'll just kind of let you guys watch what I'm doing. Now, before I go, I wanted to let you know to make sure that you stir your powders because when they're in transit, they can settle a little bit. I usually give them a little bit of a shake and a little bit of a stir just to make sure that everything is all mixed up and looking good. But spoiler alert now, these powders applied amazingly. The glitter was a little more clear to glitter ratio than I like, but everything applied amazingly. The liquids were awesome. So I'll go ahead and quit talking now, let you guys watch, and I will come back for my final thoughts at the end. I went ahead and filed, shaped, buffed off camera. I also went ahead and applied a second layer of activator just because that is something with the dipping experience that I have that I know needs to happen before putting a top coat on, because it allows the top coat to dry better than just not having it at all. And after filing and buffing and wiping with alcohol, there's no more activator really on there, or if there is, it's just a super tiny amount. So I picked up the directions just to make sure that I was doing everything right. And then we're going to go ahead and get into the top coat, and then I will have some final thoughts if you stick around at the end. And if you stick around past the final thoughts, I do have an update, a next day update for you as well, as far as how my dip fluid was going. Alright, we are all dry. Top coat took a little bit longer, took a couple of minutes to dry, but that's okay. Skin is super dry. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up with some whipped hand and body butter. My hands are super dry, but this will moisturize them. So great. You always want to make sure you finish off with some moisturizing. And I'm going to go ahead and sum up my final thoughts. So all in all, the liquids are really thin. They work really well. I think they're a little stronger for somebody who suffers from dip flu, so I'll have to update you on how I'm feeling tomorrow. I wanted to give the liquids a fair chance, so I went ahead and used them anyway, even though I know they might give me dip flu, and did what I usually do for my application. I added a fan behind me though, so I tried to prevent it just a little bit more than I usually do, but I will update. I also don't usually do dip top, but I wanted to stay true to the kit and do dip top, so we will also see how that lasts. After everything's all moisturized, here's up close. A couple things about the powders. The glitter had a little bit more clear to glitter ratio than I prefer. I like to have my glitter a little bit more so, like the coverage, that was 2 dips, and I like a little bit more of a glitter coverage, but this could be a sheer glitter, so it's all real personal preference. The solids applied wonderfully on. There's no clumping, there's no nothing. The lines are just because I put the oil on. Overall, it looks really good. They applied real nice, they applied real thin. Everything was really nice. The only thing, like it was a lot of pinks, and I don't usually do pinks, but there wasn't really a huge variety of like shades in there. Some of them were similar, but I mean, that happens. Everything worked really well though. That there's a couple of things that I did want to mention from the steps. Okay, so it says after you file and buff, it doesn't say to add another layer of activator, but I know from prior dipping experience that activator helps the top coat dry, so I did apply a layer of activator before my first layer of top coat because I just knew that that's what needed to happen. Also, it says use a buffer to smooth the nail surface. The kit doesn't come with a buffer, so you're going to want to make sure you get a buffer. In addition to the nail file that they send with you, you're going to want to make sure you pick up a buffer of some kind. Also, I suggest an orange wood stick to clean your cuticles while you're dipping as well. It does come with this brush, which was really nice, like a fluffier eyeshadow brush, but you're going to want something to clean up your cuticle line. So these were like the only two things, in my opinion, that were missing from the kit. Is just something to clean up your cuticles and a buff to make sure that you get a super flat surface to be able to make it as shiny as you can with this top coat. But overall, for the price that it is and being available on Amazon, I feel like it's a really good deal. You get your three liquids, your base, your activator, your top coat, and you get a brush saver plus the extra kit in case you contaminate your brushes, which is always awesome to have. You get a clear, you get 7 color powders, and then you get all of that for the price of, I think, $28.99. I'll throw the picture up again over here for you of how much it is on Amazon. So if y'all are interested in this Azure Beauty dip kit, I will leave the link below for you guys, and you guys will have to try it. If you have tried it, let me know what you think about it. Let me know your thoughts if you've tried their liquids or their powders. And y'all, I put their clear on top, and look at that. Their clear is like pretty amazing. I am impressed with this clear. So I really hope y'all enjoyed today's review video. If y'all could go ahead and maybe subscribe so you don't miss any future content. Give me a comment down below with your thoughts, and I will see you guys in the next one. Alright, y'all. I wanted to come back and give you guys an update after a full 24 hours of filming and let you know how I was feeling. I did end up using the base, activator, and top coat. These are how small the jars are that come with the package. The base is really strong. I was afraid it was going to give me really bad dip flu, so I put a fan behind me like a box fan while I was doing the mani. And I didn't have any issues. I have a little bit of a runny nose this morning, but nothing insane. I did activator, which I usually do, and I don't usually do dip top when I do a mani. I usually will do a gel top. This is actually not a gel top, but it does give like a really good shine. I'm going to show y'all closer kind of how it's looking today after a full day of just being out and doing all the things with all of my kids. Like the shine on that, there's a little spot because I touched it before it was dry yesterday and I didn't want to fix it and just left it alone. That's the hard thing about dip top, is waiting for it to dry. It also touched my thumb a couple of times, but other than touching it before it dried, like look at the shimmer and that glitter. Like look at how shiny that is for a dip top. Overall impressed with the liquids. I will try them again. I didn't have any bad symptoms of dip flu, so that's a plus for me, but maybe the fan helped. I also didn't get very close to my nails when I was doing them. So a couple of different things that I tried, but I didn't wear a mask. I did my nails how I usually do them. So overall, I would definitely recommend this kit, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now I will see y'all in the next one.